Hi everyone, welcome to today's read. So today's read is actually going to be around all the upheaval of the Endgame book. Now, if you haven't seen my energy check-in on Harry and Meghan, do see that, because you'll find that I was tapping into the energies that they would be in right now post the book. And you will find how each card is relevant in terms of the explanation I was saying as well. Okay, so there's the energies of where they're at, because I'll go ahead and say it, knowing that this is going to come out, and then the energies they're currently in, which is the same of what that reading is. If you're used to my readings, you know that I do readings, energy readings on people selected. And it's either, you know, they probably won't see it, but to give them guidance on what they need to do to make sure they're in the right energy, to avoid certain circumstances that I mentioned in the readings. Or I'm nudged by spirit because the person is going to come into the media or news as soon as possible, like the Harry and Meghan, and what I could see. And there's still more around that. Or even if you remember the escaped prisoner out of, I can't remember what prison in, I think, was it in Pennsylvania? I can't remember, in the US. And I knew he was either going to get caught that day, or it was going to be, it was just critical timing. And I knew there was a countdown. And then further, after a couple of hours, I knew that he was going to get caught. And I actually released it straight away. I recorded and released it straight away. And Spirit had been nudging me actually for 2 days to do the video. So what I'm going to do in this one, I'm actually going to tap into Omid's energy around all this that's come out, okay? And I'm going to do other questions. I'm thinking to tap into Catherine as well. I'm probably going to do a separate one in terms of Meghan and her coming out of wearing this bracelet, because I'm going to put cards as a display, but I'm going to psychically tune in because I know what it is that's being done. The silence is deafening. I mean, they're not very silent in general to speak up. So and that's why I really want to speak about that bracelet, because I know what she's doing. And I just think, why the whole silence? But the tying in with the bracelet is going to also confirm to you why the whole silence, okay? I also feel that Harry has lost himself. I don't think he's necessarily pleased at the moment with what is happening. What I do know, though, is I can see William is furious of the allegations. So probably check into that. There might be different parts on this. So I'm going to try to include what this is going to cover in the title, okay? And there will be obviously changes in the energies, but there's quite a few things that I want to cover, like tapping into King Charles, tapping into Catherine. Catherine, I've got a bit more to say about her, because let's just say I think she's struggling with some weight, okay? And I'll go into that when I do a separate read. So for now, I'm going to check into Omid, Scobie. I mean, you know, I don't think, now again, I don't watch the news so that I can keep a clear vessel. And I want to see what his energy is now. More or less, I feel like the book is probably flopped as opposed to going in the direction that he had hoped it to be. I also want to say I can't believe how old he is. Like, he's not old, but when I first saw his picture, like just as a thumbnail, I was like, what is this? Is he like 17 or something? But apparently he's like 41 or something like that. I do think he's from a different descent, so not originally ethnically English. I don't know where. Maybe Persian. The name is not very Middle Eastern, Omid, but then sometimes, you know, names do get nicknames and etc. Anyway, let's check in and see what his energy is right now with all this media news. Is he happy, Spirit? Now, the Knight of Cups comes out, okay? Is he happy at this moment in time? Is he happy with what he's seeing around his book? Five of Cups. Not necessarily. I miss Scobie's energy right now with his book. Remember, disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm using tarot as a divination. Take the facts that you know yourself. 10 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, and then use your discernment, do your research, whatever you want. Okay, this is for entertainment purposes only. The whole content is, and so is my channel. 10 of Wands. Devil card. I don't know what his star sign is. I'm getting a strong energy of a star sign. Very strong energy of a star sign. And his energy aura when I think of him. 5 of Wands. The external battles that are going on. Queen of Wands. Four of Wands, the Moon card, Page of Swords, the Four of Pentacles. So I'll move these up. I'm going to just take them slowly. I don't think he expected this to turn out this bad. Like, I think he expected it to turn out in a different sense. Okay. Now, what I know is that it was in Dutch. I don't understand why the Dutch edition as well. Like, I thought that maybe at first he lives in Netherlands, or, you know, he's got half Dutch, half something else. Well, apparently not. So, I think with this, there's, you know, with the Knight of Cups, obviously there's the journalist side, the artistic side of him. And I think he missed some signs with this. Okay. And here there is a bit of disappointment. Okay. It's not in reverse, but there is chivalry. And with the Five of Cups, he knows he's missed out on a lot of what he could have got in terms of his book. In reality, it's been a bit of a flop. I don't know what the sales are, but this is why I felt like I'd do the reading, because I felt like it might not be doing as good. So I wonder if with the 10 and the 5 and then the 10 of Wands, I wonder at some stage if it's not already, to be honest with you, going in at a discounted rate. And I don't know when it was released, but it wasn't very long ago, was it? He finds the energy right now a bit of a burden, and I think he knows that he needs to be very careful on the way he communicates, and it needs to come from a heart-centered, loving approach. Whilst he still feels the loss here, okay, he needs to be very careful. He also needs to be careful that he doesn't get sucked in by the external media. He needs to be very protective of his himself and not get caught up into anything that anyone can pull him in, all the external conflicts and battle. And also be careful, and I'm not sure if he's seeing this, but he needs to be careful of Meghan. And maybe where she's drawn him in for the book. I haven't asked that question. I'm thinking to ask that question, but I will always ask Spirit. I'm a bit reluctant to ask the question on if what was stated, if it was what was stated, because it can be very complex. It can be stated in a way that's serious. It can be stated, it is a very serious comment, right? But it can be stated in a way where it wasn't meant to be in that form, if you understand what I'm saying. What was to be a celebration. And so, yeah, just be careful of, I'm getting here, I want to tap into this in the next read, but there's an energy that's celebrating. And I think it's him with Meghan. I feel Harry is very much OF, right? He's trying to be there, but he's also, I think he mentioned that he would never say who mentioned it. And I believe that, although he's been a bit contradictory in his words and going round, but I do believe that he said he would never say. So I feel initially they were like, yes, okay, great plot. But what they couldn't see was how it's all going to turn out. At the same time, I feel like they wanted some of it to turn out this way, but I don't think they're seeing clearly how bad this is going to go. Like, I think the royals really need to check in on if they can raise, and I'm sure they can, if it would be anyone else, a lawsuit or legal action. And I'm not sure if they thought that that would be the case. And I think they need to, you know, it can't always be one dog that howls against the other and the other one's overshadowed or put in the shadow. You know, we're talking about royals here, but it seems like the other ones are royals that are sat barking at the moon and barking everything they have to say. And all of a sudden, they've got nothing to say. The silence is deafening. The silence is deafening. Why wouldn't you come out and say, I have no clue what happened. We did not engage in this. We didn't engage in the book. But instead, there's a holding on here. Omid is really in a worry of a fear of what he can't see coming. And that's the other thing. If there was a slip by an editor, a Dutch editor, there should be upcoming news of taking legal action from editors. If it was a slip from, let's say it was fed from a source, let's say, to Omid, he might not say anything, but the source needs to at least come out, even if they said it, and say whatever they need to say to stop the silencing. Especially if they didn't say it, it's just weird. It's really weird. Why are you holding on to not saying anything? Why are you turning into the other direction? And Omid here is actually holding on to all he has in terms of his reputation, in terms of trying to make sure the book delivers a message. And it has delivered a message, but it's been overshadowed by where a light bulb switch has really gone on for everyone. And I don't just mean in the UK, but across the world. If anyone was, you know, sort of in belief that Meghan and Harry were treated so bad, and I'm going to go into this in the Meghan bracelet part, because there's something people need to understand when racism is said to someone and then a response from the other party, and it'll be clear when I go into that. So he's actually holding on right now. He's trying to hold on. I won't be surprised, like, if he's finding it really difficult to center and ground himself every day. I think there might have been online communication between him and, you know, the editors. You know, what can they do to sort of get the different message out for, look at this. the Eight of Wands in reverse, the Page of Pentacles, delivering a different message on it. But he's also thinking, do I need to just keep a step back unless I'm called to actually say something? Just take a step back, because where I thought it was going to be a Ten of Pentacles, I need to, right now, I'm waiting on some monies to come in. It might not be as expected. With this Page of Pentacles, you know, there is some coming in for him. But at the same time, it's not in reverse, but I feel that there's a lack of progress and there's a learning of mistakes here. And what he might be bringing to him might not be what he'd hoped. When I see it with the Eight of Wands, and the Four of Swords is like not recognizing that he really needs to take a step back at the moment. The Eight of Wands tells me that, you know, there's instability at the moment with the Page of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, the Four of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, and the Moon card. There's the instability. His energy is all a bit scattered and a lack of direction because he's hesitant on what to do. And as opposed to a massive breakthrough on this in terms of sales of the book, there's been a massive breakthrough around media instead with the Page of Swords, but in the wrong direction. So that's Omid's energy. I wanted to ask, I want to do King Charles and Catherine, but I want to, because I feel William's energy at the moment, I feel him furious to his gut. So I want to tap into his energy, and I feel the furiousness as well, with it being towards Kate. Now, I think King Charles, interested in Prince Charles, I think King Charles, I don't know if he has, but I think he's going to be really supportive of Kate at this moment in time and really trying to be there for his daughter. I don't know how he addresses her, but I can just see my beloved daughter-in-law, you know, that sort of energy, just making sure she's okay. And that's what I really think. So let's see Prince William's energy right now. Prince William's energy. Prince William's energy. That was two cards popped out. It was the Devil and the Emperor. The Emperor really knowing that he's taking lead. Two of Pentacles. He's juggling. He's really thinking, what can I do? You know, he's juggling the royal sort of name and the royalty, but he's not happy at all. You know, he's like, one end I just want to go at it, and one end I'm just trying to be sensible and juggle priorities along with what should be done. Prince William's energy towards what is happening, please, Spirit. Prince William's energy to the accusations and what is happening. A card flipped, so we're going to look at it. Yeah, he's doing some deep reflection at this moment in time. He feels like he needs to take a step back so that he doesn't say anything wrong. He's trying to look ahead, thinking what to do. A lot of introspection here. A lot of introspection. The Tower. You know, the Tower and the Justice. And this reminds me of my reading with Meghan and Harry. And I said, pay attention to the Justice card. And there was a Death card and the Tower card. And beyond it being their relationship, I said they were going through and they would be having a Tower and a Death card. And I said, pay attention to the Justice card, because I could see things coming up. Now, that could be the titles of stripping away, but a further sort of bringing to light of them. And Harry needed to pay attention and to heal. And that's why I think in that, what Harry really had was to, he was just being, I remember it, there was a card in the middle and there was the king and the king. And he was trying to just be the center protector of his family right now, but he's not happy about it. I can't remember what I wrote in the description box, but this is why I always say check the description box. So do check that out. There might be an indication. I do know that I would have said something about media as well, because I was pulled to do the reading, but I remember those cards. Seven of Wands, you know, he is feeling that with the Seven of Wands, there's like, he knows that he's feeling a bit vulnerable in terms of what is happening, okay? I've just seen the Empress in reverse, you know, the picture of Kate being not in the right, the mother of his children, not in the right sense, not in the right energy being painted. The Five of Swords. So when we looked at the Five of Swords, this is really about unfair advantage, feeling there's a loss here, and really knowing that there needs to be a voice to build confidence, a voice expressed and clarity to build confidence in terms of the royal family. And also there's been here, you know, deceitful strategies that he's seeing, but he is desiring peace around this. He is desiring peace. At the same time, I feel like he does want to say, before desiring peace, he does want to say, I just feel anger. Okay. The Seven of Wands, again, is really about the challenge at the moment in time, needing to ground and protect himself, but protect Kate as well. And he's also feeling the vulnerability, and I think that's also for his father, you know. They will become king and queen. There might be dynamic changes on the way the royal family is, and I think King Charles will just step down after a few years. But this is about really, he really wants to defend the situation. He feels like there's been an attack, especially, look here, Kate. And he's feels the need, he wants to self-express. But he knows he needs to do it in the right way and really prepare for it. Justice could be what they're currently looking into. William's energy, please, Spirit. William's energy, please, Spirit. Chariot. Now, it's interesting because the Chariot sort of fell out like this. So I'm going to pull more cards because I feel like it would be in reverse, okay, when I see it like that, which really to me is telling me he's really holding himself back. He's really holding himself back in terms of self-discipline, knowing that he's got to be careful on what he says. Again, protecting, and I think it's also his father, you know, he's got certain respect for his father, but the monarch as well. And I think William, what he's done, he's actually masked the healing he's needed to do with just, you know, there needs to be the way the monarch, the royal family are out in public and etc. And he's taking that as a duty. And so this is about where, you know, there might, if he doesn't want to go forward in the wrong direction, saying the wrong things, and he's trying to have that discipline that he needs to at this moment in time until the timing is right. That's what I feel with the Chariot card. Told to look at the bottom of the deck. The wheel, yes, until the timing is right, until the wheel turns and it gives that opportunity. The Death card. He definitely thinks they should be stripped of their title. I think this is a final straw for William. I think it's a final straw for William in terms of Harry. And I just think Harry he's lost himself. And I don't mean that in the sense that he's lost himself where he's being controlled by Meghan, etc. I mean, energetically, he's lost himself. He can't see that he's lost himself. He's lost who he is. And he's not happy, by the way. He's not happy about what is, you know, what's happening. But he's just quiet, isn't he? He's had a legal case, has he come up recently? He's attended court. Again, the funny thing with that, some of his legal cases is around, I split the deck and I saw the King of Pentacles. His legal case is around, one of his legal cases in the past is around protection, isn't it? And, well, you're not coming forward and protecting your own family from what has been said, which is very interesting, and it's something I'm going to touch base in the Meghan read, and I might do a tap into Harry. But Harry is, I won't be surprised if he dives into addiction right now, because he has lost a sense of himself, okay? He's lost his true, authentic self, okay? And I don't mean this in a, I don't know if I'm getting the message across rightly, but sometimes we lose ourselves either through a chapter or depression or something. We can't see we've lost ourselves. We just know we're not ourselves, and sometimes we don't realize we've lost who we were, and we don't have that same light in us as that we did before. Like, he's totally, and I'm not just saying this because of the news, because he could be the person he was without going into the news prior. But definitely, I mean, he was trying to do everything, especially the crown being a healing thing. But this is just, it's going to be interesting what goes forward after this. So I might do some reads. This is William's energy right now. I'm going to tap into Kate's energy. Or let's see King Charles, because I might do Kate in a separate reading, because I think she, like I said, I think there's something going on there. So we're going to do King Charles's energy right now. King Charles's energy right now, please, Spirit. King Charles's energy right now, please, Spirit. Heavily in his head. King of Wands. Seven of Wands, similar to William, Prince William. King Charles's energy right now, please, Spirit. Family is close to him. Three of Cups. You know, really trying to hold close. I really feel this is William and Kate. And here, again, I feel like it's really trying to hold close to, I feel an aspect of healing his bonds. Probably not with Harry right now, but trying, he still wants that kind of healing the bonds with his children, and especially with William right now. And remember, I said something about my beloved daughter-in-law. I can see that. Can you see? He's really trying to be there. And there's something about also, I don't think he's happy with the dynamic of the family. They're like, not just what can I say, not just what's out in the open, but the whole dynamic of this break and rumbling within the family internally. Him, Harry, Prince William, Harry, Kate. And it's actually digging up some of his own past childhood wounds. At the same time, he is keen on wanting to heal the situation, but it's overburdensome. And he look at that, the healing card. and taking the time away. He can't do that right now because he really does need to protect what is going on. You know, the King of Wands, he needs to protect that legacy. He needs to stand up a little bit, at the same time take action where needed and hold back when appropriate. Main focus is to protect his loved ones. Listen to his intuition. Make sure he doesn't use any trickery, manipulation at this moment in time. Stay true to his authentic self. Okay? Really, really important. And so that means, I saw the Knight of Pentacles. So thinking about stuff moving forward in a very slow, practical manner. Slow, practical manner, in the right manner. The Death card, I just saw the Death and the Rebirth card, but it didn't jump out. King Charles's energy right now, please, Spirit. He feels bound. You know, like, what can he do? Seven of Cups. He's got a few options that he's thinking of, but he really needs to know those options, because when royalty take action, it really needs to be, you know, you take legal action. It's not often heard of that royals need to take legal action. Using your discernment on, should I just walk away peacefully? Do I just do that again? But then what about really standing up for myself, standing up for the name, really also standing up for William and Kate, Prince William and Kate. This is not only me right here. But I'm going to try and listen to my intuition and my truth, not using manipulative energy to do anything. And the Eight of Swords is where he feels really, really bound. He really, really feels bound and stuck. Seven of Cups, where there's probably multiple options, where he's like, what should I do? Should I do this? Should I do that? Did Prince William come out with a message saying that they are false or anything? Did anyone come out saying they were false? Again, using the discernment, the analytical mind. And at the moment, do I just keep quiet and keep sailing to hopefully calmer shores? Where this message has been out in the public, the truth of the matter, the manipulation that maybe one party is doing, you can probably think who, the truth of that is going to be seen. The snake that comes under this cup, or is it a true heart? The truth of what's not being seen is come out. So do I keep going, or do I take one of my options? Again, the Wheel of Fortune, waiting on that opportunity, the right time, using his own discernment and analytical mind again. He's definitely having some anxiety. He's definitely having some anxiety. Ten of Swords, the betrayal, Knight of Wands. This is him feeling that there needs to be action to take place. It's going to cause a bit more fire, more drama. But then what about the legacy of the royal family? What about my family that I need to protect? And again, I still feel he is going back and forth because Harry is there. Harry's in it. And it's still his child. And there is that tower moment. It's a tower moment. And he's trying to really ensure that what is going through his head, he grounds himself, listens to his intuition and sees his options, and not sort of get pulled into the ego or pulled into sort of what the other side of the trickster, magician, devil energy can cause you to say, you know what, I'm going to do this instead. Really looking on the option, taking the advice. And I think he is seeking advice from someone that is, it's not a partnership, but they're probably like a counsel to him or something for such situations. Yeah, that's what I'm getting for him at this moment in time. And inner strength is needed. Inner strength, because ultimately he does want to protect the monarch. He sees what his mother, Queen Elizabeth, did, and it's going to be what he needs to protect. He needs to protect it. So that's what I'm getting for King Charles. I'll do another reading on Kate, and in that I might do the Meghan as well. But if you enjoyed this, please do let me know. I'll link the Meghan and Harry one in. You can look at that. Maybe check the comments that are already on there. Check the description box. Because I do recall what I mentioned earlier. So I hope everyone enjoyed this. Like, subscribe, support the channel. YouTube is messing around with the views. Like some of the readings I see the next day, like, yes, there are not many views. Okay, 7 views, and then after a couple of hours there's 0 views. And they're also messing with the likes, and when I get comments, if I click on the actual video, I can't see the comment but if I click on the notification where someone's commented, I can then see the comment. And then when I check on it from a friend's page, there's either no like, and even if that friend has liked it, she'll come back to me and say there's no likes, but I did like this, and it shows that I liked it. So I don't know what's happening with YouTube. I think larger channels are experiencing it as well. I think it's very unfair when you try to work hard on something, and in the good interest of giving to everyone, really, but then there's nothing even from the platform in terms of just genuine support from the platform provider. I don't mean my subscribers or anything, but that is definitely happening. So everyone, take care and look out for the next read. I also wanted to do a tap into Doria's energy overall, not about the book, but because I feel she's very reclusive, but like, let's leave it to the next video, yeah, otherwise I'll continue. Take care and bye for now.